Okay. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about how to support your new challengers. But before we jump into that, I think Carrie was going to show us some things she learned about taxes for the Beachbody business. So Carrie, if you want to jump right in, go ahead.
Sure. Okay, so I got my taxes done on Saturday morning, and apparently my tax lady does a lot of Beachbody consultant or not coaches, a lot of Beachbody coaches taxes. Gave me some ideas. Oh, is somebody else on? Did somebody else get on?
I don't think so. Just looks like the three of us.
Oh, okay. So anyway, she gave me a form, and I can scan these into Wednesday. Can scan these in on Wednesday and email them to if you want, or I can put them somehow in our Team Persevere group. But this one is just a mileage form that she gave me that I can keep track of my mileage for when I go drop something off or go to an event. And then on another note for mileage, she gave me this whole form. I can email this too, but there are apps on your phone where if you use your GPS a lot, if you keep it on, a lot of people don't, but if you use your GPS, you can put an app on your phone that will track your mileage for you all year round. Or they say there's also apps that you can just take a picture of your mileage before you leave and then take another picture when you get back and it'll calculate for you. Some of the names are like AutoKept, Mile IQ, Magical Miles, TripLog, Tax Mileage, MileBug, Tour, Tour, and then they said there's a lot more. They weren't promoting any certain apps. They were just telling you that there are easier ways to keep track of your mileage because you can claim your mileage. And then for this tax year, last year she gave me this form. It's called a direct seller deduction form. You probably can't see it, but anyway, what you do is you log your inventory at the beginning of the year. So if you were to buy like $1,000 worth of inventory, then you would put that. Now your purchases has your cost of the items you personally use. So our Shakeology would be claimed as something that we personally used. Other costs would be what we gave away as a prize. So the hats and stuff that I give away, those would be deducted from the beginning of the year. You can claim advertising, business cards, bank charges, catalogs, which we don't have that unless you print them out. You can claim the paper that you're printing them on and claim it as your catalog. Commissions, of course, demos. So if you want, we could claim our demos. So if you wanted to get the sample Shakeologies and do that. Oh, there's the gifts. I couldn't find that. Postage. You can claim postage, so when you send your samples, but it has everything you need listed on this paper that I can email to all of you. And on the back of one of these forms oh yeah, this is a breakdown. So if you wanted to keep track with the form, it shows you can write the odometer reading in each one and whether it was a business, what kind of description it was for your mileage. But there was something that I tried to claim, and she said it wasn't worth it. Oh, she said I couldn't claim my phone bill. I don't know why, but she said I couldn't do that. And then internet, she said I couldn't claim. No, it wasn't phone bill because I couldn't claim my internet charges. I don't know why, but she said I couldn't claim that. So, lesson learned for next year. But I'm going to keep better track. And she did say that form she gave me last year, filling that out really helped. And you can claim your Facebook boosts as advertising, so don't forget to claim that too. So that's it for me.
Okay. Yeah. I would add one other thing to that. If you actually have like an office space in your house that you use when you are doing your Beachbody business building and all that stuff, I believe that you can claim that amount of square footage. So that percentage of the house, you could claim that same percentage off like the mortgage payments and things like that. At least that's the way I understand it from when I was doing my music business years ago, I was able to do that with my office space and my music area. So I think that's something that you can also do. Now I didn't do that this year. I just, because I kind of sit at the kitchen table, so I don't really have the office space right now. But I'm sure a lot of the like top coaches and stuff, that's what they do all the time. So yeah, I'm gonna have to check out those mileage apps because that would be very helpful for my Prudential business too, because I'm always on the road and I'm terrible at consistently tracking that. I always end up like at the end of the year going back through my schedule and trying to figure out how many miles I drove to like every appointment. Such a huge pain in the ass. So I'm definitely gonna check those out. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay. This, I have to say that this is something that I'm still sort of developing. There is a group that I'm in right now called like the Renegade Society or something. I'm not sure how I got into that group to begin with, but the coach in there basically, some of her team has come up with this package of like welcome emails and all this stuff to send to new challengers and new coaches to get them all kind of like started off on the right foot. So I haven't gotten them yet, but as soon as I do, I'm going to share that with you guys. I think that is going to make a huge difference in bringing new people into this business, as well as just, having them join as challengers. Because I feel like one of my weaknesses in the past has been, I don't know, I feel like I am self-motivating, so I get frustrated when other people aren't. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but like I feel like I'm bothering them if I'm constantly like trying to stay on top of them to do what they need to do. But I know it's something that I need to be more consistent with. So I just wrote a couple of notes here for things that like I'm trying to do more at this point. So they bought a challenge pack. Now what? So, everybody gets so excited when you get a new customer, but it's kind of there should be this whole process of getting them set up and ready to start when their challenge pack arrives. So it shouldn't be just, great, you ordered and, when you get it, just get started, because 99% of people will get that challenge pack and they'll open it and they won't even actually read everything. They don't really understand what all's in there, like the getting started guide and the meal plans and the workout schedule. They just see it and they're like, oh well, I'll start this at some point. So it's kind of on us to get them excited and like ready to start as soon as they get it. So one thing that the coach in this other group has been talking about is, sending them a welcome email or actually calling them when they first get their challenge pack. Now, if it's someone you already know, that's probably really easy. But if it's somebody that you just met through like social media or a friend of a friend, sometimes, this can be kind of weird. You can feel weird about it, but believe me, they will definitely appreciate you taking the time to reach out to them and explain some things. So these are sort of the things that I came up with that I would want to include in, welcome email or call. So, first of all, obviously what's in the challenge pack, and actually go through and explain to them everything that they're going to get. So, even though they may have read the description when they purchased it, they probably don't really, it hasn't all sunk in. They probably don't really for sure know everything that is included. So it's a good idea to go through and say, okay, you're going to get this welcome guide. It's going to really explain everything to you, how the program works. You're going to get this meal guide, and this is going to give you ideas, recipes, and how to plan your meals. And then you're going to get the DVDs if they're, doing an individual program. You're going to get your Shakeology, and here's tips on how to make that. So really just getting them acclimated to what is about to happen. Of course, if they have done the all access, you're going to be more focused on, what is Beachbody On Demand. Either way, even if they're just doing an individual program, they do get the 30-day free trial to that. So you want to make sure you explain how they log into Beachbody On Demand, what they'll have access to on there. Let them know some of the other tools that are available. If they do the all access, every single program that is in there, when you go and click into the program and it brings up all the workouts for the whole program, usually at either the top or the side, depending on which program it is, it has all the other tools that usually come with a challenge pack. So if they just did the all access, it's going to have the meal guides, it's going to have the workout schedule, everything in there related to that program. So it's just another tool to introduce them to, so they know that they have access to that. Of course, you want to remind them, if you haven't already told them, about the Beachbody Challenge. Get them, prepared and ready to take before pictures and measurements. Explain what parts of their body they should be measuring. Make sure that they write them down. Make sure that they, keep the photos on their phone or the computer, because they're going to want to go back and look at that after they've completed a program. And they're also going to need that to submit to the challenge. I also would want to go over the meal planning, because, again, this is kind of the area most people slack. The workout is great because it comes with a schedule and you don't have to think about it. It's all laid out for you. You just follow it every day. But with the meal planning, I feel like there's just so much choice involved that people don't take the time to really sit down and actually plan out their whole week. So that's something that I would really stress, explain. A lot of the programs come with 21-day fix containers. So if that's, what they're doing, I would explain how that works, that they're going to get the containers, and just kind of walk them through that a little bit. Equipment needs, again, depending on whether they're buying an individual challenge pack or they're buying the all access, I would go over, whatever that program is that they're going to be doing, what sort of equipment they're going to need. So that way, in the time between they ordered and their challenge pack arrives, if they need to go buy some dumbbells or some resistance bands, they have time to go do that beforehand. Any special needs. So if you have someone who has some joint issues, I'm sure you would have already talked about it with them prior to having them purchase the challenge pack. But again, I would reiterate, with joint issues, make sure that you're modifying. You don't want to hurt yourself, and just give them some ideas on ways to modify. And then, of course, you want to add them to whatever challenge group it is that you are running or going to be starting soon that you want them to participate in. I like to usually post something in there with, please welcome so-and-so to the group. He or she is excited to get started with such and such program. Just say hi or something. So just so I feel like they feel like they're more included in the group right away that way, if you're actually kind of giving them a shout out and people are all going to comment and say, hey, welcome to the group, and so on and so forth. It just gives them that initial sense of belonging to the group. So the other thing I would probably suggest is, when you are getting them started in the group, is actually having a conversation with them about what are their specific needs for you to support them. So some people, don't want to be bothered that much, and they're like, what, I'll be fine. I'll let you know if I need something. Other people, they're going to be like, I need you to be on me every single day. So it's a good idea to ask them that ahead of time, so you know how to best help them in a way that is going to support them individually. So and this is where I kind of ran out of time to write my notes, but so the ongoing support is the check-ins. Of course, you're going to see them post in the groups. You're going to like their post. You're going to comment on them. You're going to support them in the groups. But I think there also needs to be some individual one-on-one check-ins, and whether that's through, Facebook Messenger or texting or calling, whatever they prefer, whatever platform you're most comfortable with them. I think there do need to be, at least weekly check-ins if they're not already checking in with you, just to say, hey, how's it going? How are you feeling so far? Is there anything you're struggling with? Is there anything that I can do to support you better? And then, of course, you want to recognize any accomplishments. So, even if it's just they post in the group that, their pants are fitting a little bit better. You definitely want to call that out to them. And it can just be privately, but you want to say, hey, that is so awesome. I'm so excited to hear that you're feeling more comfortable in your clothes. That's a huge accomplishment. So that's mostly the ongoing support. The other thing I would say too, while you're going through the challenge groups, is if you notice that they are someone who is actually encouraging others in the group, say they are constantly they're constantly commenting on everyone else's posts and providing their words of encouragement or sharing tips with the group. Those are your prospective coaches. Okay, so they are people that you want to, approach about the coaching opportunity, while they are your challengers. And the other thing, I just had a thought and I lost it. See, this is why I try to do my PowerPoint so I don't lose my train of thought. I don't know what it was. I guess towards, the end of the challenge, I just remembered. You want to remind them. I usually will set a reminder on my phone, like 2 to 3 weeks into the challenge group, or since they order their challenge pack, so that I'm reminded to reach back out to them and say, hey, just so you know, you're going to be getting an email soon from Beachbody. They're going to remind you that the Shakeology is going to ship again for the second month. So you want to let them know that ahead of time. And that's another way to segue into the discount opportunity. So, usually they'll be like, oh, well, how much is going to cost if I keep drinking this? And you say, well, as a regular customer, it is such and such. And if you want to continue drinking it at a discount, with the potential for, a business opportunity, then this is the price. So it's a good way to, again, kind of bring up the coaching opportunity. I don't know. Do you guys have anything that, I know, Carrie, you probably have more customers than Katie at this point, which is fine. This is a learning experience for everybody. But is there anything that you have done with, your customers as they are challengers that you think has worked really well to support them?
Most of my customers became discount coaches right away because they wanted the discount. I think I have one person that's a customer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bethany's a customer. She doesn't want to be a coach because she doesn't want to sell it and she doesn't care about the discount. But other than that, I do, in my motivational group, I do have a couple people in mind, but it's hard with them because they don't like the shakes. And they've already come out and said that they don't like the shakes. So I'm still thinking of ways I think they would make an awesome coach. It's just I have to find a way for them to be a coach because, they have to buy stuff to be a coach. And right now they're doing like Weight Watchers and other programs. So the one person is doing a Beachbody program, but I don't know what else they could do I guess they don't like the shakes. So that's the biggest problem.
Sure. So I would say one possible solution around that is to bring up the Beachbody Performance line. You can also put that on HD as well. So, and they don't have to necessarily do the entire performance line. There are a couple of options where they can just get two of the performance line coming together. They could even just do, I know the recharge, I think, is 52 points, and you only need 50 a month to be an active coach. So they could just do that. That's an option. I mean, you wouldn't get any Success Club points if they just do, like the recharge or the recover by itself. They would still have to, but they could do a challenge. There are a couple of challenge packs that have the Beachbody Performance line with it instead of Shakeology. I'm trying to remember. I know the Hammer and Chisel is one. Body Beast. I think P90X is an option with that too. There's a few of them, but that might be a way to get them to get a challenge pack, and then they can always change their HD order for the months going forward. So if they only want like the recharge just to do their minimum, that's an option. So there's also, and this is kind of probably not many people are going to go this route, but there's also the what's it called, the Derm Exclusive. Now, although I don't think that comes every month. I think it's every 90 days or something.
Yeah, it's a 90-day supply, I think, or 60. It's either 60 or 90 days.
Okay, so that probably wouldn't work. But the performance line is definitely an option.
I mean, I have a discount coach that she currently is every other month, so until she's able to get every month. Mm-hmm. So she'll turn off her shake every other month.
Yeah. They can set it up that way if they contact Coach Relations or the live chat. You can actually ask for it to automatically just come every other month. So if it's more about saving the money, but they like the discount, that's also something that they can do. So I'm actually doing that with my sister's account because we have way too much Shakeology right now. So I've changed hers to every other month. And then on the alternating months, I'm going to be setting up the Beachbody Performance line for the Recover. I always get it mixed up with the recharge, but it's the Recover because that's the one that's only $52. It's $52 and it's 52 points. So that way she'll still be active, but I won't have an overload of Shakeology.
For the jug of Recover,
mm-hmm.
It's 52 points just for the jug.
Yep.
Oh, I'll have to remember that.
Yeah, because I was trying to figure out what's like the least amount of stuff I can order and still get enough points. And that was like the closest combination or the closest individual thing. Because even if you do the Energize and the Hydrate together, I think that comes out to like 80-ish.
Yeah, if you get the Energize, the small tub, the 30-day worth of Energize, mm-hmm. and the vitamins, the Actifit, that's $60, I think, 62 something.
Okay.
And that gives you enough PD points because that's what I did for Auntie last month instead of Shakeology because we have too much in the house.
Yeah. Well, that works. I think
Ryan does the Energize and I think the Recover every month. Yes, that's use it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go look right now at the performance line.
I couldn't hear what Katie said.
Sorry, I said that's what Ryan has it set up as. He uses the performance line, mm-hmm. and we actually both use the Energize, and he uses I think it's the Recover. I always forget, but he uses those, and so that's actually what he's set up as with the HD.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking right now. So the Recover, it is as a coach, the price is $52.46, and you get 52 PV for that. And then, I mean, they have us that you could do the energize and Recover together, like Katie said, and that's 82.46 a month, and that gives you 90 points. So that's like the same as the Shakeology, you're just paying less for it. So yeah, so there's definitely options there, and I try to bring that up to people that say, well, I don't really want to do the shakes. Either I don't like them, or I'm not into meal replacement, even though it's not really what it is. But, people say things like that. If like, say their objective is to build muscle or tone up, mention the performance line and say, well, maybe this is a better option for you then. This is something that can really boost your performance in your workouts. So, all right. I think that's mostly what I came up with for now. Like I said, as soon as I get the templates for like the welcome emails and stuff that this coach is going to be sending us, I will post those in Team Persevere so you guys have access to them too. And if you think of anything else, or that is working for you in supporting your challengers, please feel free to share, because I know, like I said, this is an area I'm kind of not the strongest in, so I'm trying to be better about it. But I guess that's really it for tonight. I don't want to hold you up too long. At least we got it in nice and early tonight. Woohoo! And happy snow day tomorrow. I know I'll be probably sleeping in, and who knows what else. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for being flexible and joining me tonight, and I will see you later.
Okay, thanks for having it tonight.
Yep, no problem. See ya.
Be safe. Bye.
You too. Bye.